Okay, so let's discuss ethico-moral and legal foundation of client education. Okay, so we all know that your ethics, okay, it is started centuries before po, mainly by philosophers and religious scholars. Okay, but right now po, yung mga ethical issues become more prominent sa healthcare. Okay, bakit? Kasi nga, modern na, okay, yung healthcare ngayon, so more complex na siya. In short, yung mga patients, more informed na sila and educated about their rights. Okay? So, tayo as healthcare professional and kayo as soon-to-be healthcare professional, we should recognize the patient have the right to know important information regarding their diagnosis, treatment, ano yung expected outcomes sa kanila. Okay? So, yung mga information na yan, it allows the patient to participate actively, okay, sa mga decision-making nila, okay, through their informed consent. So, let's say, for example, ang patient na for surgery, so si physician saka si nurse, kailangan nilang i-explain yung procedure, ano yung risks and benefits, ano yung possible complication, meron bang alternative, okay, and then saka magde-decide yung inyong pasyente. Okay? So, terminologies, for sure you know this already. Ethics refers to the guiding principle of your behavior. Okay? Foundation siya for determining what actions are considered right or wrong. Okay? In a professional and social situation. So, sa healthcare, ethics guides us, okay, healthcare professionals, in making appropriate decision for patient care. Now, when you say ethical, okay, this refers to the norm or standard of behavior accepted by the society to which a person belongs. Okay? So, it means acting according to the accepted professional and societal standards. So, meaning may mga standard tayo na kailangang i-maintain at i-observe to maintain what trust, safety, and professionalism sa healthcare practice po natin. Now, when you say naman moral values, this refers to the internal belief system regarding what a person believes to be right or wrong. So, tandaan natin, ang moral values are what? These are personal belief. Sino ang nag-shape niyan? Family, culture, religion, education, life experiences. Okay? Sila yung mga naka-influence, okay, sa person's own moral values. In short, nag-i-influence siya sa decision and behavior ng isang tao. Okay? So, morality is expressed externally through the person's action and behavior. Okay? Now, what is an ethical dilemma? Okay? So, this is a specific type of moral conflict in which two or more ethical principles apply but support mutually inconsistent course of action. So, let's say for example, why is this an ethical dilemma? Let's say a patient refuses insulin treatment despite education about the risk. Okay? So, sige, discuss muna natin. Ang ethical dilemma occurs kapag kung ikaw, isa kang healthcare professional, ikaw nurse, okay, you must choose between two competing ethical responsibility. And both options have positive and negative consequences. Okay? So, usual nangyayari yan. So, nafe-face tayo sa ganyang situation. So, let's say nga yan, for example, yung particular patient na yan. Bakit siya conflict? Okay? Kasi tayo, nurses, we must what? Respect the patient's autonomy. Okay? Patient's right to self-determination. Pero we also have what? The responsibility to promote health, prevent complication, provide safe care. Okay? So, this is an ethical dilemma. Now, given that certain scenario or that certain situation, I want you to think, okay, of what should the nurse do on this particular scenario when you are faced on this ethical dilemma. Okay? So, prepare your answer and I will ask that on our face-to-face class. Okay? Now, let's go to legal. So, legal refers to the rules governing behavior or conduct that are enforceable. Okay? Meaning, ang legal, okay, marami kasing ethical principle that also part ng legal healthcare system natin. Okay? Example niyan, informed consent, confidentiality, justice, non-maleficence. Okay? So, tayo nurses are legally required to educate patients as part of our professional responsibility. So, yung teaching role natin, okay, included yan sa ating scope okay, of practice sa ating law, okay, sa ating nursing law. Okay, so we need to educate our patients. Okay, so that is part of our responsibility, okay, for treatments and procedure. Now, we have the Code of Ethics. So this is an articulation of 9 provisions for professional values and moral obligation with respect to the nurse, patient, and co-workers relationship. So number 1 is honor the human dignity of all patients and co-worker. And I think that is self-explanatory. With regardless, okay, regardless sa age, gender, religion, culture, socio-economic status, health condition, okay, we should honor the human dignity at all times. We establish appropriate nurse-patient boundaries and focus on interdisciplinary collaboration. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Tayo nurses must maintain professional relationship with patients, okay? Professional relationship and collaborate effectively sa ibang healthcare professional, okay? So, we avoid yung mga personal na mga involvement outside sa patient, okay, outside the professional setting, okay, our communities, okay, and then we communicate with other in terms of focusing on interdisciplinary collaboration. So kani-kanino ba nakikipag-collaborate ang mga nurses, let's say in a setting of a hospital, okay, so we need to collaborate with them as well. Third is the nurse-patient relationship is grounded in privacy and confidentiality. Okay? So, kailangan natin protektahan yung patient information and discuss healthcare details only with authorized individual. Okay? So, hindi dapat natin dinidiscuss ang patient's diagnosis sa mga hallways or elevator. Next, the nurse is accountable for personal actions and delegated responsibility. You should remember that meron tayong responsibility on our own actions and kailangan we ensure na na-delegate natin yung task properly. Okay? So, let's say for example, nag-delegate ka ng vital signs monitoring sa nursing assistant. Okay? You need to verify ano yung nakuha niya. Hindi yung na-delegate mo lang. Yung pala ang BP ng patient is 180/100. Okay? So, you need to verify. You need to validate kung ano yung nakuha niya. Okay, number 5, the nurse is responsible for maintaining competence, preserving the integrity and safety and continuity of personal growth. Okay? Meaning, tayo continuously dapat nag-i-improve tayo ng ating knowledge, skill, and competence. Okay? So, ma-attend tayo ng seminar, nag-update tayo, okay, ng mga best practices. So, that is number 5. Number 6 po, the nurse has responsibility to deliver high-quality quality care to patient. Okay, so again, we need to promote safe, competent, evidence-based, and patient-centered care at all time. We contribute to the advancement of the profession. Okay, so tayo nag-help tayo in terms of research, education, leadership, mentorship. Okay, if you're doing that, okay, sa isang institution, pag nurses na kayo, you are contributing, okay, sa advancement ng ating profession. Okay? Number 8, the nurse participate in global effort for health promotion and disease prevention. Okay? So, importante yung public health and prevention of illness, not only locally but globally. Okay? And involvement in professional nursing organization support the development of social policy. So, yung pagpa-participate natin sa mga organization, okay, para mag-contribute sa healthcare policies and professional standards. So, kayo, kapag naging RNs na kayo, you will be part of certain organization. Unang-una, PNA, okay, the Philippine Nurses Association. Tapos, let's say, you will be a ICU nurse. So, magiging part kayo ng CCNAPI, okay, Critical Care Nurses Association of the Philippines. Okay, so there are different organizations and you will learn that as you go pag nag-4th year na kayo. Okay? So now, let's go to application of ethical principles to patient education. And I know you are very well versed with regards to this. Autonomy, veracity, confidentiality, non-maleficence, beneficence, and justice. So, just not an overview, but for sure nga, just a quick review. Okay, autonomy, from the term auto, which is self, and nomos is a law. This is the right to self-determination. So, ibig sabihin, may freedom to make personal healthcare decision ang inyong patient. They have the right to accept treatment, refuse treatment, ask questions, make informed decision. Okay? So, dapat hindi tayo pwedeng mag-force ng treatment, i-threaten yung pasyente or ignore yung beliefs ng isang patient. Okay? With regards to that, let's discuss informed consent. So, this is the primary standard of protecting patients' right and assist in guiding ethical healthcare practice. So, yung informed consent safeguard the patient's right to autonomy. Okay? So, tandaan nyo po, okay, every human being sa kanilang adult years has the right to determine what shall be done with his or her own body. Okay? So, depende kung anong gusto niya. Okay? Ititreat ba siya or hindi? Okay? To what extent? Okay? So, importante yun. It allows, yung patient's autonomy does allow for healthcare provider to educate the patient. Tandaan natin yan. But it does not allow the healthcare provider to make the decision for the patient. Okay? Pakitandaan po yung sinabi ko na yan. So, tandaan natin, okay, yung process involved in terms of informed consent is what? Si physician magpo-provide siya ng information about the diagnosis, procedure, treatment plan, option, risk, benefit ng procedure. Okay? Yun yung role niya. Okay? Magpo-provide siya ng mga delicate information to the patient. Okay? So, importante na naiintindihan ng patient yan. Now, there are 4 elements. Okay? In terms of your informed consent. So, sa informed consent po, okay, the patient must be what? May competence siya, meaning mentally capable of deciding. Okay? Disclosure of information. Dapat na-receive ni patient enough information, if not all the information needed to make an informed consent. Dapat comprehension. Dapat naiintindihan niya yung explanation. And lastly, voluntariness. Ibig sabihin, nagde-decide siya voluntarily without any pressure. Okay? So, that is the 4 elements of your informed consent. Okay? Now, let's go to the second. One would be veracity. So, this means, veracity is telling the truth. Okay? It requires honesty in terms of communication. So, patients cannot make informed decision if information is hidden, incomplete, or misleading. So tayo, we are required to tell and provide complete, accurate information to our patient. Okay? Aside sa nagbibuild to ng trust, okay, at nagbibuild to ng rapport, mas nagiging informed yung pasyente in terms sa decision na gagawin niya in terms of his or her health. Okay? So, that is one of our responsibilities. So, tayo, we need to provide accurate information, avoid deception, and explain procedures honestly. Okay? We should not hide side effects, mga false reassurance. Okay? Avoid inaga-avoid tayong sumagot ng mga questions. Next would be confidentiality. Okay? It means patient information must remain what? Private and protected. So, yung patient must trust the nurse with si patient dapat kaya niyang i-trust tayo sa sensitive information. Okay? Kapag na-break mo yung confidentiality without valid reason, it can damage what? Trust and may result to legal consequences. And I think we are all familiar with the Data Privacy Act. Okay? So, we should not share information casually with others na hindi naman related sa pagkikare kay patient and post information on social media. Non-maleficence means do nor harm. Okay? It requires nurses to avoid causing injury, prevent negligence, nawala yung E, and follow standard of care. Okay? So, meaning, it focus more on preventing harm to patient. Expected yan. Tayo are expected to practice carefully, competently, and responsibly. Pag nag-fail tayo to meet yung standard, it may result to negligence or malpractice. Now, when you say negligence, okay, this refers to a conduct which falls beyond the standard established by law for the protection of others against unreasonable risk of harm. Okay? So, hindi ka nag-follow ng standard based sa law. When you say naman malpractice, this is a limited class of negligent activity committed within the scope of performance by those pursuing a particular profession involving highly skilled and technical services. Okay? Now, ang malpractice is a specific type ng negligence. Committed siya, let's say, sa healthcare professionals, okay, tayo as nurses, while we perform personal duties. Okay? Tandaan, for malpractice to exist, sorry, this is not written, okay, kindly please take note. For malpractice to exist, may 4 elements, okay? Dapat si nurse had a duty to care for the patient. Si nurse ay nag-breach ng duty na yon. Okay? Si patient nagkaroon ng injury or harm. And lastly, si nurse, yung action ni nurse, okay, directly caused that injury. Okay? Kaya tayo, okay, dapat kailangan nating mag-follow ng professional standard, institutional policies, and safety protocols to avoid negligence and malpractice act. Okay? So that too, okay, goes in terms of do no harm to your patients. Next would be beneficence. So this is doing good for the benefit of others. Okay? It means it requires us nurses to actively help patients to promote well-being. It supports the action that promote patient outcome, relieve their suffering, and enhance quality of life. Okay? So dapat it also involves in terms of maintaining competence and delivery ng mga evidence-based care natin. Okay? So again, kung nagpa-follow ka ng tamang protocol, okay? So you are doing good, okay? Or you're doing actively helping the patient promote yung well-being nila. Okay? So that is your beneficence. Next would be justice. So this is treating patients fairly without discrimination. Okay? So dapat fair, may equality and equitable distribution of care. Okay? So in terms of justice, we avoid bias. We ensure all patients receive appropriate information and care. Okay? Hindi porket mas mayaman yung isa hindi walang insurance or walang HMO, mas kikater natin yung mayaman or yung may HMO. So both patient should receive both, let's say nasa emergency care, equal respect and appropriate patient education. Now, ethics in education, this guides professional behavior in teaching and learning. It promotes respect, fairness, and responsibility. So, apply siya sa classroom setting, clinical practice setting. So, may focus area ang ethics in education. Student-teacher relationship, patient-provider relationship, ethical decision-making, and patient education. Right po. Okay? Now, student-teacher relationship. So, ang nursing educator, okay, plays a role in shaping students' professional behavior, clinical competence, and ethical standard, okay? Kasi, di ba, ang teacher, they hold authority and influence over students. So, dapat may boundaries, okay, na maintain with that. So, ayaw natin ng blurring personal and professional relationship, okay? So, ano yun? Creating favoritism, okay? Naglilid yan ng unfair treatment, okay? Nagkakaroon ng conflict. So, dapat objective lang tayo, okay? When we do evaluation, hindi subjective. So, we must maintain professionalism while still being supportive and approachable and respectful po sa ating mga students, okay? Next is patient-provider relationship, okay? So, technically, this is built on what? Trust, respect, compassion, and competence. So, patients, there are what? Vulnerable sila physically and emotionally. So, tayo, as nurses, we must use our knowledge and skill responsibly. Okay? So, in short, tayo are ethically obligated to protect yung patient's welfare, maintain confidentiality, provide safe care, respect their dignity. Okay? Ang mga patient, they trust nurses to provide accurate information and competent care. Okay? Now, ethical responsibilities in clinical teaching. Okay? So, clinical instructor must protect patient safety. Okay? Sa clinical setting, ang educator are responsible not only for the student learning but also for the patient safety. So, kayo, mag-duty na kayo soon. Okay? Students are still developing competencies. Okay? So, yung mga instructor, they must supervise procedure carefully and intervene when necessary. Okay? So, dapat yung mga clinical instructor, they are not just there for the students. Okay? Pinoprotect din nila yung patient safety. Nagsusupervise sila sa inyo. Okay? Ensure that you perform on a competency level and promote ethical patient care. Okay? So, kayo as student, you must respect the patient, maintain their confidentiality, and provide safe care under supervision. Okay? If you are unsure, not well confident in a certain procedure, you always ask your clinical instructor. Okay? Next, steps in ethical decision making. So, there are steps. Okay? Identify the ethical problem. Okay? You analyze the situation. Then, identify mo ano ba yung problem. You collect information, which is you gather the facts. Okay? You develop alternative. Consider possible responses. Okay? Then, you select the best alternative. Okay? You gauge, okay, or wini-weigh mo yung mga best alternative, then you implement the ethical action, and then you evaluate and prevent recurrence, okay, in terms of decision making. Now, legality of patient education and information. So, patient, okay, have the right, again, this is self-explanatory, paulit-ulit lang to, okay, patients have the right to adequate information, malaman yung condition nila, risk, okay. So, supported ang patient education ng Patient's Bill of Rights. So, may Bill of Rights po ang patients. Okay? Mga international accrediting bodies like your Joint Commission International. Okay? This is JCI. State regulation. Sa atin, yung ating nursing law. Okay? So, this is supported po for us to educate our patient in terms of the information that they need to know. Okay? Legal responsibilities of healthcare providers. So, responsible tayo sa education ng patient, accurate information sharing, documentation of teaching, which I emphasized na before, and safe and ethical practice. Okay? Central siya sa nursing education. Part po, nursing practice, I mean, ang patient education, that is part of our responsibility, and it is legally mandated dahil nga po nasa nursing law natin yan. Importance of ethics in nursing education and practice. So, this is very important because ethics in education and practice promotes professionalism, okay? Patient safety, I cannot, hindi ko na yan ma-emphasize more. Accountability, respect, fairness, and quality of patient care. So, tayo, we must always maintain professional boundaries at all time. We need to think critically, protect the patient's right, and always upholds the ethical standards. Okay, and with that, we are done in discussing the ethico-moral and legal aspect in terms of your client education. Thank you for listening.